Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me?
What?
This episode almost broke me. -5 stars. This episode sucks.
Hey, oh man, yeah. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Undercover Brony, where
Where
Pinkie
we
Pie,
usually do positive reviews, but
where Rainbow Dash's friendship is tested with Gilda and Pinkie Pie, just like mine and John's friendship is tested when he tries shit talking DC movies. So yeah, this episode, there's something I need to point out right now that I just found out with John witnessing that I need to get this out before I forget about it later. The chick that voiced Gilda is the chick that voices Revy from goddamn Black Lagoon, and she was one of the sisters in Giantess. I don't care about that last one, but that first one is awesome. So I just want to say Gilda became like 40% cooler just based on that fact. That is awesome. The second thing is because like I said, I got TV tropes on the
any more that like are they gonna say that Pinkie Pie is made of dark matter and so she could just squirm her way into anything?
Actually, the funny thing about that is that under their fringe brilliance section, extreme measures for Pinkie Pie means throwing a party, which is hilarious and in character.
I know, right?
So yeah, here's the funny thing about Gilda is that
She had a better episode of Lost Treasure of Griffon Zone, I will say that.
the interesting thing about Gilda is that season 1 produced some of the show's most long-standing, as well. Man, I sound like such a TV show's fucking fanboy.
And you also sound very gravelly.
Ah, I hate the internet.
This is gonna happen like every single recording, I swear.
So like, I'm gonna sound like such a TV tropes fanboy, but they have a term called ensemble dark horse, which is basically like non-main characters or one-shots or background characters, whatever, that become really popular with the fan base and fandom. And season 1 produced the show's most long-standing examples of that: Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, Trixie, Brayburn, and Gilda. The interesting thing is that, and yeah, they didn't bring Brayburn back for like ever for some reason, but Trixie
until season 5. Same with Gilda.
Trixie has had four additional episodes with her in it. And Flim and Flam got another episode, and there's a few other I'm forgetting too, but Gilda, it just felt like the show completely forgot about. Like, she had her episode Lost Treasure of Griffinstone, but like I don't know. It to me, it just seemed like, compared to the Trixie episode, compared to some of the other things, it felt a little less advertised, and I don't know. It's just weird that for me that took us so long to come back when Gilda has not as popular as Trixie, but she is one of the show's more consistently remembered characters, not for good
Voice
reasons.
of Reason says hi. Yeah, Voice of Reason says hi.
Yeah, so they so yeah, it's weird because I liked her in Griffinstone, and I like the fan fiction potential with her in Rainbow Dash.
Didn't you almost write a fan fiction about that?
I wrote one.
She basically had.
I take forever to update because I'm busy with life stuff, but see, I kind of Hideo Kojima did with a bit of a bait and switch. It's called Griffin's Cat House, right? And it's like Gilda owns a brothel, and it's like first 3-4 chapters. It's like, oh, Gilda is acquiring the girls, doing whatever. Then in chapters like 4 through like 7, it just gets all psychologically deconstructive. Deconstructs the mob lifestyle, deconstructs her mentality, and I'm just like, damn, this is written good. It's just, it sucks because I updated it this January, but the last time I updated it was in like October in 2014.
Wow. So people don't know what the heck's going on anymore.
it's weird. It sucks because like I really like that thing. I think about it all the time, but I just don't have time to write it. So, well,
Yeah, go read his fan fiction now.
You know what, John? I was gonna allude that I like Gilda a little more than I thought I would but I wasn't gonna tell them I wrote a fanfic.
Well, you're welcome.
So the episode starts.
That's how we do everything off the fly.
So the episode starts off with Pinkie Pie being season 1 Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash being season 1 Rainbow Dash, and Pinkie Pie is like, and Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash find that they have a what's the word? Conjoined? No, that's stupid. They have a mutual affection for each other. No, for pranks. I'm kidding. Pinkie Dash is stupid. For pranking. So they go around pranking everybody.
If you really think about it, it could lead to some credence about the fact that, Dash is straight except for Pinkie.
Oh my god. So
and we'll get to that with Over a Barrel, and I'll explain it there. Don't worry. So basically, the first thing is, Twilight's reading a book. Pinkie's just like talking about how Dash did some weird trick or something, and sees Rainbow Dash flying above, hops over, and you notice that Twilight flips the book, and for some reason, and this is so weird to like know this, but she actually flips the book backwards, as in she reads right to left. It's really weird. But then again, this is Equestria, so you could have something along those lines. More world building, I guess.
Yeah, the Griffons have always been one of the points in the fandom that people have always wanted elaborations on. But see, Friendship is Magic is so good that it doesn't start world building its world until 4-5 seasons. I don't know, man. I feel like after season 4, they're just like, okay, all right, we'll start talking about Equestria more.
Yeah, something like that.
We gave you Manhattan. Is that not enough for you?
How can we appease you, adult man children?
You know how
it's all over the place,
bro. You know for a fact how real that is.
Yeah, but then again, we enjoy what we do, and we hope you guys enjoy what we do as well. By the way, I just want to mention this here, completely out of the episode, but when season 7 starts, we're gonna have it where season 7 is gonna be either that Saturday or Sunday, and then Wednesday will be an older review. So so we can keep it up.
Yeah, but if we review season 7 and take a break from these and then review the older episodes again, wouldn't that mean we get to drag it out and like keep making videos longer?
Well, what I mean is like up until like let's say season 7 starts and it's let's say it's like we're like episode 22 of season 1. Would we really want to leave it hanging for another 5 episodes?
Yes. Have you never watched a Gainax anime?
Oh, so you want to make this an anime, do you?
No. So long.
But at least until the end of the season. And then we'll go full-blown season 7.
So long intro short, Gilda comes to town, and the interesting thing about Gilda is that there are 2 camps. They're the people that want to. TV Tropes describes Gilda as, for some people, a Draco in leather pants. Now, what that term means is Draco Malfoy is one of the biggest douchebags that's ever existed in movies, literature, video games, and Lego sets. But you've got those fangirls and, and probably a few dudes as well. They're like, oh, but he's so hot, so let's pretend he has redeeming sympathetic qualities and make everyone
Even
else
though he
look
doesn't.
like and make everyone else look like the irredeemable assholes. And yeah, so and realistically, I mean, yeah, it was an awkward situation Gilda was put in near the end, but she didn't apologize to anybody or accept responsibility for her actions until season 5, where they're just like, oh, Griffins don't know what friends are.
Well, think about it. She's coming from one of those bad areas of Equestria. You can kind of see why she would act this way, but it doesn't excuse her 90s lingo. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dweeb.
Ugh.
Who wrote this
Got
episode?
any new episodes in your Trictionary? Gag me.
Trictionary? Is
Yeah.
that a word?
No shit. This is one of her lines, literally. So, Dash, got any new moves in your Trictionary? Are you 100% old school? I'm just like, really? You make me want to slip my wrists.
Can I just say that we don't talk like that in California? Because I'm convinced Gilda is actually a crazy ass Latina from East LA, and Griffinstone is actually the entire city of Los Angeles.
Okay.
Trust me, it makes a lot more sense if you live in the state. And then there's the second camp, which gives Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie for being Ron the Death Eater. Now Ronald from Ron Weasley from Harry Potter is one of the coolest kids in that book and one of the nicest kids ever. But because fans of the Draco in leather pants don't like him, they take good characters and nice characters and demonize them, completely change their characters, and turn them into a bunch of a-holes to make their Dracos look better as well as hot.
Oh my gosh. This is actually surprising. You want to know who wrote this episode?
Oh.
Cindy Morrow. The one who did Tanks for the Memories and the Daring Do episode. The first one. Read It and Weep. She wrote this catastrophe.
-5 stars!
That just makes this episode even worse. My gosh.
I'm over here trying to think, okay, there's some good things about the episode, but the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm just like, no. This is one of the reasons why season 1 is kind of garbage. Season 1 isn't garbage, but there are garbage
episodes here.
But there's some garbage moments in it, and this is one of them. Gilda is a complete asshole with no three-dimensional qualities about her. I mean, with Trixie, they at least tried to. I mean, the same thing with Trixie in the season, as we'll get to. She's a show, but the difference is Trixie is a show pony. That's her job, and the main 6 were being the case of Ron the Death Eaters. Gilda, on the other hand. And keep in mind, none of the sympathetic traits about Gilda are in place yet until 5 years after this. So, as far as we know her.
So all bets are off, basically.
Yeah, so we know her and Dash are old friends. And Pinkie Pie, to give her some credit, she wanted to hang out with both of them and compromise the situation to avoid a third wheel aspect. Rainbow Dash was down with it, but also understood that Gilda wanted to chill with her. Gilda, on the other hand, is just like, hey, Pinkie Pie.
Pretty much.
And then she made Fluttershy cry, so, then I have to kill her.
Mm-hmm. So, before this, though, let's talk about the pranks for a little bit. They were, sneezing powder, black eye.
Yes, I could. Yeah,
painting apples.
Painting apples. I'm halfway through because I actually rewatched this episode.
Really?
At 2 a.m. last night. I don't sleep, man. So anyway, they
Who needs sleep when there are ponies?
It's 2 a.m. I'm not gonna sleep for a while. I'm bored. I'm just like, oh fuck it. I got Netflix on the PS4.
Yep. Or just
So
or just be like, who needs sleep when you have Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag to play through again?
so the thing about this for me is that there are pranks in movies and shows that like there are cartoons that do very specific styles of pranks like this one because you could do slapsticky stuff, but the thing that helps live action things benefit is that you see the actual person getting slapsticked, and you can imagine that because it's a real person. In cartoons you either have to go completely over the top or it just doesn't work, and they just went for like basic stuff like you said. So halfway through the second or third prank in the montage, I'm just like, yes, friendship is magic. I'm very aware that I'm watching a cartoon show,
Yeah.
especially a cartoon show that's trying to do, pranks and you're telling me the pranks are funny, but the pranks don't feel funny. You just scared me with that. What are you doing?
Now here's my question. When they scare Spike with the scrolls and everything, how does that work with scaring someone to make them start to have hiccups? I thought that was the other way around. You need to scare someone to get out of hiccups.
And can I just say this right now? As a kid, that when he was a kid, he was like, he used to like help out the teachers and stuff and carry stuff for him. Let me just tell you, none of us are that good a sport. No kid, especially a little boy, is that good of a sport.
Yep. And then
Okay,
and then I love how whenever he hiccups though, a scroll goes to Celestia. And then he gets
that
that
was
whole
funny.
big thing. And it's like, you got mail. You got spam.
It's like that wasn't even the big punchline of all this. That's one of the first ones they do. But I'm just like, okay, that midway punchline to the end of the punchline was the best part. So I'm just imagining Celestia sitting there reading whatever she is. Then she just gets all these blank scrolls and just gets buried.
Yeah. And then it happens again in 28 pranks later. But I won't bring that up for reasons that I don't want you to have to explain anymore.
Look, guy. So Gilda pops up, and Pinkie Pie goes over to Rainbow Dash's house. I will say one thing about season 1 that I liked. Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy I knew each other from the past, but I feel like it was meant to be left a little on the ambiguous side, if whether or not Rarity, Applejack, Pinkie Pie, blah blah, if those good guys knew each other and Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy, because it feels like, because I know Pinkie Pie says she's friends with everybody, but it seems like they all live in the same town, but I'm not really sure if they ever really interacted at all. So I like the one thing that I like about this episode is that it's Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash not so much bonding, but to me, at this point, they were more, oh, we're Twilight's friends, but we're not necessarily friends with each other yet. So I like that season 1 takes the time to, actually have the characters, hang out with each other a bit and bond and, become friends with each other. Problem is, they throw Gilda in the mix to where even the positive reinforcement of this episode feels a little on the force side, honestly, because I don't know. I feel like they could have had an episode where like Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash just bond over pranks and stuff. But then you have Gilda here, and it's just like, oh, hey, here's an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Especially from flight school. Now I'm going to say this. I love how Josh Scorcher looked at Gilda at first and thought she looked like Rock Hawk from Paper Mario. That was pretty funny.
That's good.
Yeah. Let me think. What's another point of contention? What is up with Pinkie's physics in this episode? They try and like make it understandable. Like they fly to different clouds and Pinkie's just like, hey there, it's later. And you see a trampoline on the bottom. And then you have her with that wacky machine or whatever that she's just like pedaling, and it's this weird thing with like a candy cane stalk on it. Which honestly, that looked like something straight out of like Willy Wonka or something like that, in all honesty. Um,
Yeah.
and then you have balloons.
Oh, balloons. Oh yeah, speaking of things popping.
Friendship is Magic is so good that it referenced up. Wasn't it? When did? Hold on. Let me see if I can make this joke work. Hold on.
Well, in the meantime, when Gilda shows up, Pinkie Pie, in all honesty, kind of tries to weasel in a little bit on their friendship time. Rainbow Dash is cool about it. Like I said, Gilda hates it. And honestly, I feel like if they had tried to flesh out Gilda's story a little more, or at least her connection to Dash and upplay it, then I could be like, okay, I'm not saying you have a reason to be douchey to Pinkie Pie, but I get it. But I mean, and you all know how the episode goes. She makes Fluttershy cry, and then it gets to the point at the end with that party with all those pranks that were set up by Rainbow Dash, and it's like those pranks weren't meant for Gilda specifically, but at the same time, this is another point where the episode kind of falls flat on itself. See, we're supposed to side with Rainbow when she calls out Gilda for, getting mad at the party guests after being pranked like 5 times in a row. And not to mention, and not to mention that, like, how do I word this? Like, yeah, Gilda was a dick to everybody, but at the exact same time, Rainbow Dash is basically demanding that Rainbow Dash, be accepting and like these people that either A, she has really no desire to be friends with, or B, they all just laughed at her, get pranked in front of everybody. So that situation's embarrassing. And Rainbow Dash doesn't really regret it either, doesn't regret or apologize doing any of that. And she didn't even know that Gilda felt that way about everybody until she blew up at them. And then at that point, that's what I was saying about Pinkie Pie kind of weaseling in on Gilda, because like it because I mean, from her perspective, I've had old friends that I haven't seen in a while, and when someone either I know or they know or whatever comes in, or even when I'm just talking to some of my friends about stuff and someone gets it on that conversation and just derails it, I can get being a little, I don't know, maybe jealous is the wrong word, but just kind of defensive-y about it. In fact, the
Mhm.
only one that tells Pinkie Pie she's being a little clingy is Twilight, and then Twilight apologizes for it. So, damn, this episode failed worse than you said it did.
Yeah. Although I will say there is one good funny line from that scene is
What?
it, it's when it's when Gilda grabs Pinky's neck and drags her down behind the cake and she's like, I'm watching you like a hawk. And Pinky's just like, why? Can't you watch me like a griffin? That was pretty good.
And so the episode ends with Gilda basically being like, "You all suck. I'm outie 5,000." Because let's be real, I'm pretty sure if anyone was gonna say I'm outie 5,000, it would be Gilda. But yeah, so she does that, and Rainbow Dash is like, "Hey, Pinkie Pie, I'm sorry that I didn't try to, talk to my friend that I've known for so many years and try to work through this, and that I also shunned you, someone I share this powerful connection with because we're one of the elements of harmony. And overall, overall, I didn't do anything this entire episode really, but in a way that's even worse than anything you or Gilda did, technically, because hey, it's season 1."
Yeah. Now, before we get to the scores, let's talk about the point where Pinky's like really like not happy about Gilda, but Twilight asks her to try and take a different perspective and it doesn't work. She steals an apple. She makes Fluttershy cry. And she makes, I think it was Granny Smith dizzy. And it's like, no, don't try and justify that crap as okay, because it's not. It is downright despicable what she was doing. Just saying. I can't hear you at all. Yes, Snakeskin was trying to talk, but for some reason it wasn't working. I don't know why. No, I can't hear anything. Oh, nothing. Technical difficulties, folks. You want to try and exit the call and re-enter it? Okay. Nothing yet. Okay. He's going to try and get back into the call before we do the scores. But yeah, this episode fails very much. The outdated 90s references that Gilda did were very, very unnerving. Hello?
I would have been back here like 5 seconds quicker, but I had to scroll through those pictures of your woman's cats.
Uh-huh.
Don't let me over Facebook. You can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. So yeah, like I was gonna say, like what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say. So someone tried to justify what Gilda was doing as pranks that were no different than Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie were doing, and I was thinking I kind of see that, but then I was thinking about it right now. It's like the stuff Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash were doing were annoying, but nothing that could really hurt anybody. And hell, you know, I mean, Gilda Aladdin did that, and he's one of Disney's favorite protagonists.
Mm-hmm.
But no, on the real, it's like whenever whenever Rainbow Dash goes out of line with some of her pranks, typically they call her out on it. Like Mare-Duel is basically one giant reason you suck speech to Rainbow Dash. 28 pranks later is a whole, hey Rainbow Dash, remember how you were really, really good in Tanks for the Memories? Yeah, well, let's cock it up with this.
Pretty much.
Tanks for the Memories is the best episode Rainbow Dash is ever going to be in. I swear to God.
Oh, gosh. Absolutely. So, what would you score this?
-5 stars. No, okay. If we're doing it based on the numerical Dewey Decimal System, well, I kind of know, dude. Like a 5.
I was thinking a 5 as well.
I almost said 4, but I told myself, but I always tell myself no. It's always friendship is magic. There's always something nice. I'm like, there's the animation. Yeah, it's colorful. Music's good. You know, this is when Daniel Ingram was still trying.
The only episode that we will put below a 5, you know what it is.
Okay, if our internet connections permit, let's say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Three's a crowd.
Spike at your service, I was actually thinking.
I thought you were going to say three's a crowd.
No.
But, both of them suck. They both suck, though. I would argue there's a little more redeeming quality in Spike at Your Service, and that's solely because of Fluttershy.
True, her big motherly moments were really cute.
That was great. So that episode's not good. That episode's not good. That episode's not good.
And tied for a slightly better episode next week with Ghostbusters.
Oh my God. You know, I tell you what, man, I sure am glad that I watched the season 2 premiere episode first, because I tell you what, here's the thing, Griffon Brushoff and Ghostbusters, I didn't mind first too much when I first saw them. It wasn't until I was like halfway through Winter Wrap Up, I was like, wait a minute, those suck. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm 10 episodes in and I only really like 4 or 5 of these episodes.
Mm-hmm. And why does everyone pick up?
Why does everyone love this show so much? And then I got to the Dog and Pony show, and I'm like, I get it now.
Yep. So yeah. So yeah, that's it from me, John.
And me, Snakeskin.
And we will talk to you guys later. Peace out, Dragon.
Just saying right now, if somehow, I don't know. All I know is that Revy from Black Lagoon needs to be in Kingdom Hearts or get put in Smash Brothers. One of the goddamn two.